YouTube, my name is Jake Asman. Welcome in to my channel. Emergency video because as I was driving here in Houston, the Jets have acquired Shaq Lawson from the Houston Texans in a trade for a 6th round pick. Let's start with the obvious here. This is not a move that is going to drastically change the New York Jets. If you hear the name Shaq Lawson and think, wow, the Jets got a great player, they did not. Let me warn you, Shaq Lawson was likely going to be cut by the Houston Texans. I obviously live here in Houston. I cover the Texans every single day for my day job. And I can tell you this, Shaq Lawson was playing in the 4th quarter of the Texans preseason game last week against the Cowboys. The Texans were looking to move on from him. They acquired him in a trade for Benardrick McKinney, who they likely were going to cut anyway. So the Texans took a shot on Shaq Lawson, and it did not work out. He was not a fit for Lovie Smith's defense. From the Jet perspective, only giving up a 6th round pick is fine for a guy that is still very young and a guy that maybe in the right system could play better under, the coaching of Robert Saleh and Jeff Albright, the Jets defensive coordinator. So this is a depth move. This is not a superstar pass rusher. You hear the name Lawson, you think, wow, they replaced one Lawson with another Lawson. Well, they did do that, but Shaq Lawson is not a guy that's going to drastically impact this defense. He's a depth player. He's under contract for next year. So it's not a bad move. I just want to caution anyone that thinks this is a great move. This is the Carl Lawson replacement. He's certainly not that. He had 4 sacks last year. He's now played with 3 of the 4 teams in the AFC East. He got drafted by the Bills in the 1st round, so he does have talent, but he has not been able to really put it all together and be a double-digit sack guy. He was with the Dolphins last year, then the Texans acquired him. So Shaq Lawson has now bounced around in the AFC East. I don't hate this move, but I had a lot of people hitting me up being like, wow, what a trade by the Jets. And look, I could tell you firsthand, living here in Houston, Shaq Lawson is not a guy that is going to drastically impact the Jets defense. He's a depth defensive lineman at this stage of his career. He has not lived up to being a top 20 pick in the NFL draft, which he was back in 2016. But I'll tell you this, it doesn't hurt to add a young pass rusher. It doesn't hurt to add some depth to that defensive line. And if you're the Jets and you had 3 6th round picks, you could afford to trade one of those picks to take a swing on a guy that you think might be a fit for your defense and, might be a guy that you think could be pretty productive potentially. So don't expect much from this deal. But at the same time, I don't think it's a bad deal. So I know I've been negative in this video, but that's just because I live here in Houston and I'm not going to BS you all. I cover the Texans. I know the Jets well, as you guys know. So I think it's an interesting deal, not a bad deal, but don't expect much here. I think this was a good move, but not a move that is going to, change the balance of power in the AFC East by any means. So overall, good deal. I don't mind the Jets doing this. I expect more action on the waiver wire as the Jets have to get down to 53 players by Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So good start to the Jets Sunday here at a depth piece for only a 6th round pick. Not a bad deal, but don't expect much, right? Keep your expectations at ease here. Don't think you just traded for a guy that's going to replace what Carl Lawson was going to bring to this defense. My name is Jake Asman. Thanks for watching this emergency video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe down below. I'm going to go and enjoy my Sunday brunch here in H-Town. Have a good Sunday, everybody. Jets, 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 Jets.